Yeah. There you go. Holy shit! What's up, brah? Looking at your avatar, those are some mighty sexy jorts you're wearing there. You're up. What's like 1:45 in the morning here? Oh shit. I better say hello to this guy before he whacks me in the face with a McDonald's tray. What up? Well, I pinned the message if y'all want to come on and just say hello. I got the fog machine going. Six a.m. Holy shit!
Like crack
Trev.
on a cracker?
What's up, brah?
Hey, Bubs, how you doing? I decided to come and see if I could coax you into giving me a happy birthday song.
You know, I
I missed you yesterday.
I shared a video of what I did last time. There's Kush, man. But here's what happened. You know how my sleep schedule is. Never, you know, sometimes. So I had a doctor's appointment at 11:30 a.m. as opposed to 11:30 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I finally fell asleep at like 7, 8 in the morning. So when I sleep for like 2.5 hours, I really don't feel good when I get up.
Yeah.
So I go to the doctor, and then I think I fall asleep about 4 or 5 in the evening, on your birthday. Y'all doing the second annual with Ben Coombs. And the next thing I know, I wake up, it's like 2:30 in the morning, and I'm like, go!
Yeah.
Because I was definitely going to do a drive-by.
Well, you were there in spirit. We definitely mentioned your name and remembered the time. And Ben was like, he didn't even realize it was the second annual until he saw you post the thing of the first annual. Like, oh, yeah, this is the second annual. So I was only 2, which is great because that's easy. When you put the 2 candles on the cake, it's like, done.
Simon is apparently wearing his, the Family Guy pajamas. So it's like 6 in the morning over, I don't know where he is, New Jersey, or the time's just way different. I don't know.
It's 10 to 10 here.
Yeah. Oh, it's 10 to 1 here.
Cheers, Kush.
Well, you guys use the metric system, so I don't know how to tell your time wherever.
Well, the clocks are the same.
So anyway, my doctor walks in, and the first thing he says is, "Are you losing weight?"
There you go.
Yeah.
If that's something you were hoping to do.
What
I
about-
lost a bunch of weight, and it wasn't something I wanted to do.
Yeah, one of my old doctors. Just I've been seeing him for 40 years or whatever. He comes in one time and he goes, "So when's the baby due?"
Oh, for fun.
I know, right?
I had pizza and beer last night. Come on, give me a break.
Simon, I know you're not in New Jersey. I'm just kidding. You're like on the other side of the Pacific, or I don't know. See, already we got this guy coming in, causing trouble.
Hey, there he is. Hey, neighbor.
Won't you be my neighbor? Well, I saw Ryan and them. They were on earlier, all whittling and stuff like.
It was a short but sweet Trans Trim Thursday tonight.
Well, anytime you come on, I have to do the. You know, I listened just today. I listened to that whole damn album. Just
It's such a
put
good
it up,
album,
play-
start to finish, right?
Oh my
it's just,
god!
it's one of those start to finish albums. You just got to start it and listen to the whole thing. Thanks, brother, man. Appreciate the love.
Yeah, Johnny. It depends on what happens here as to whether or not I delete this live stream.
Well, I'm just happy to be here with you. I was sitting around fucking watching stupid YouTube video rabbit hole things. And it's like, hey, Quentin just went live. I'm like, you know what? I haven't been on Quentin's show for so long. And I think I'm off tomorrow. I don't have to work.
Ah,
I got my long weekend going because it's Canada Day long weekend this weekend for us. We were like a week ahead of you guys.
Steve just wants me to go ahead and delete it now.
We're just getting started.
I know, right? So what are you now? 100?
Born in '69. You do the math.
Okay, so I was born 64, you're 5 years. 56.
Yeah. If
56.
it's 25, I'm 56.
Well, using the metric system, you're about
What's
12.
24? 55. Last year was my I Can't Drive 55 year. You got Sammy Hagar, I can't.
I don't know, I can't drive 55. I never learned it. Oh, wait a minute.
Heavy metal. 50,000 watts of power.
No, no. Anything about. Oh, man, take it home.
Heavy metal.
Or, a favorite. Okay, there we go.
Yay. Look, I got a thing here.
Sammy. Ah. I don't have one of those fancy 40 things. I can't
got so many
afford it
sound
because
effects.
I can't afford it because Ryan keeps putting hexes on my little Hyundai. He blew out my AC compressor. That's the last thing he did. right when it turns, what was it today? Like 105 with the heat index?
Oh, that's crazy. It's still freezing up here. It was 65 and overcast a little bit.
Oh, God. Yeah, it was raining today, so it's a tad bit muggy.
Humid. I was checking my truss rods earlier today. I had to give my Xtura, my explorer-shaped object.
Oh, yeah.
A little budge, more towards center. It pretty much floats just, just a little budge this way or just a little budge that way. It's because it's a two-way truss rod, which is
right.
beauty.
Right. It's a piece of wood, man. It's going to move. Like when I was back in my gigging days, about every 2 or 3 months, I'd have to adjust mine just a little tweak one way or the other, because that's why they put
it started buzzing at the 12th fret a little bit. So I got the ruler out and did the little things. And I'm like, oh, yeah, no, I need a little bit of a back adjustment, if you will. You're like chiropractor for a guitar for a minute.
Yeah, that's why they put a truss rod in there. It's going to move. It's nothing wrong.
Especially with the seasonal changes. Like out here, 2 weeks ago, it was 85 degrees.
Yeah.
And now we're at 65 degrees. It's still got the furnace off because I'll be damned if I'm going to pay for heat in fucking June. So I just fired up the extra computer. I got that computer and TV running there and this and that. With all those electronics running, there's just enough kind of peripheral heat. It's close to 69 in here, I'll bet.
Nice.
I don't have my thing. Kid stole that.
I don't know what that was. Heat gun? I mean,
I used to have that
heat
little
gun
point and shoot
detector?
thing. Remember in the Tone Shack when I was sweating my ass off back in the days?
Well, see, stuff like that, I have to do stuff like that for Steve because it really helps him with what I'm talking about. Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
Can you do the middle finger?
I know exactly what you're talking about. You ever have trigger finger? Where you go to close your hands and one finger will like stick and kind of pop?
No.
I've had that a couple of times.
I get an ache in here on my left hand because I'm left-handed because I'll turn fucking 30, 40 screws a day.
Oh, yeah.
In and out with my job on these fucking, doing a PM maintenance job on a slush machine. You're turning fucking 36 screws in and out.
I have a 4-cylinder Hyundai. I have no idea why the speedometer goes up to 140.
It's with a tailwind downhill.
Like off a cliff, maybe. What's terminal velocity? Is that even 140?
Terminal velocity on a fucking Hyundai? That's a good question. Any physicists in the crowd?
What's up, Zach?
Hey, bro.
Well, I guess I could try a backing track if you want. Yeah? No? Yeah. We could try the, just what's the first one here? Night Groove backing track in A minor. The Night Groove. Okay, we'll see what the Night Groove. And I'm on Brave, so it shouldn't have any commercials. Where's the volume? Damn it. Why won't it let me turn the volume up? There we go. Okay, let me hide you for a minute. What's the mix sound like?
Cheers, Tommy.
right, that's enough of the. Man, that's not even halfway through yet. Holy shit, that's a lot of. Oh, there's Strawberry. Isn't it?
Oh yeah, I'm still here. That was a cool track, man. I mean, I could feel where you were looking to hand off the relay there, but there's of course.
Oh no. The that's my R2. I'm doing the R2.
No, I get that, but there was when you get to a point where it's like, doing what I do when I move the screens around. I recognize certain breaks in music where it's like the relay should be passed. And you just kept going, and it was cool, yeah. Widdly widdly, a little bitty wah wah wham it.
Wah wah wham it.
Damn it, Janet, I love you.
Well, it's I'm playing through this MX5 here, and
I know. You come a long way. You can go look at your videos from a couple of years ago. Now you got this fancy backing tracks, and your vocals are all good. Yeah.
The MX5, it's just not inspiring.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like
I
got like a
nice fucking 100-watt head and a 412 and
thank
a 57.
Well, Bit Tom was talking about, PCM 41s, 42s, and SDE 3000,
exactly.
TC 2090. I miss my rack, man. Like even the MP1 with an IntelliFX, that just sounded. But you're going through stereo power amps through 2 412s, and it's loudest. Well, you know what I'm going to say.
Right.
Nothing like that half stack behind you, dude. Moving air is just that just doesn't. I don't care. It just doesn't. Yeah.
And I'm one of those fellas that likes to turn it up when I can. Every once in a while, the neighbors are going to suffer. That thing's got to push past 5. You got to be close to 7 or 8 before it does what it's supposed to do properly.
Well, if you can't cook them power tubes, what are they in there for?
Well, if everything's set up right, you should be able to run at 7 or 8 all day. When you start hitting 10 and start punching it in the face with fucking, all these boosts and...
Yeah. A buddy of mine, I was probably 19 or 20. He let me borrow his... So this is what? 83, 84? Let me borrow his. He had a JCM 800. And I remember plugging that thing, turning the preamp gain up all the way. And dude, it was so clean. It's like I hated it.
It's like riding a bull. I mean, you have to be so on every little sound that guitar makes. You make a lot of nuances just by looking at it different. That thing is going to sound.
It's like I'm trying to
doing the feedback in front of the fucking amp. I mean,
but I was trying to get that like George Lynch tone, and you got to put a overdrive or distortion in front of it. I never could understand why they couldn't make an amp that I could just plug straight into and get a George Lynch tone.
That's the grail for me. Sorry for all you pedal collectors, Ben, if you're watching on a replay. But, I mean, ultimately, you just grab your guitar and you run a fucking cable from it to the amp and you turn it on. And John's pretty close with that amp he's got, right?
But that thing's, a modern hot rodded.
And it's got 12 different sounds at the touch of your foot. Is ready to go and make all these things. And it's got all that stuff built in. So, I mean, that's the pièce de résistance, dare I say.
My best tone was when I finally found the ADA MP1. It's like, finally, I don't have to hit the front end of some amp with 1 or 2 other pedals, and then you're trying to change channels and hit your overdrive pedal at the same time. And
$70 brand new and SD1 into a Marshall is going to kill me.
Right, yeah.
Gives you a bit of a high pass filter, and it does a thing. You can twiddle the knobs and make it do some different things if you need to, but it was that or a tube screamer,
right?
And I found the 2 screamers a little too brittle, a little too harsh. I say,
right. I had a tube screamer for my last live rig, the Great Blue Voodoo, but I only use that for solos, and I set it the exact opposite of what people do to boost the front end. I had the gain up like at 1 o'clock, the volume down to like 11, then the tone wherever. And I only use it for solos because it kind of smoothed out, creamy things up a little bit.
Right.
So yeah, probably 90% of the time I was going straight to the front of the Blue Voodoo. And then your volume knob. That's it.
Right. In a perfect world, that's all you need.
Yep.
But then,
Yep.
you, of course, ooh, I want some modulation. All right. You got an effects loop, put a little delay in there, maybe some chorus or something.
I had a delay, a Yamaha SPX 90.
I love those
Right.
things.
And I just
one of
had it-
those, and that was a fucking cat's ass back in 1988, man.
But I just had it for one delay setting. It sat in like a 2-space rack behind my cabinets because I never touched it.
Tommy likes them too. He's just sitting there.
And I just turned the effects loop on and off.
Yeah.
So it was just one delay setting. The amp had dual reverbs. And that was it. Well, I had a Crybaby, of course. And that was it. Most of the time, it was straight to the front of the amp. And the delay wasn't, the output wasn't real overpowering. It just kind of spread things out a little bit for solos. I'd use it on the rhythms a lot because, like I say, the output was kind of low. But that's me. Yeah, so I went from a 12-space rack full of shit with 4 presets for each song to right in the front of a tube amp. There you go.
That's all part of the fun and the journey of it, right? Is all the different things you can do and the different sounds you can make. And, I mean, half the time people spend more time chasing their tail just trying to buy more gear to do a sound than they do actually trying to make a sound with the gear that they got.
Right, right. Well, Friedman came out with that Jose head, right?
Yep. Recently.
Okay,
Yep.
that's great and everything, but playing live, I'm sorry, that thing's a one-trick pony. In order to get like a Malcolm rhythm sound to like a Jakey Lee tone or something,
No, those Jakey. I'd take the Jakey over the Jose as far as Friedman amps go, just saying.
yeah, but you can't. It's not like a 2 or 3 channel amp. You'd have to stop and hit some switches and turn. So it's a one-trick pony, man.
Yeah, well. I mean, John's old BE 100 Deluxe had a foot pedal, and you could switch a couple of channels. I mean, you could do 2 or 3 different amps at the touch of the glove, and that thing was pretty versatile.
Yeah, but go ahead.
And then what did he go to? You got that, the Sir, right? The SL.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, and then that was the cat's ass, but it was, again, more limited to what it does, and it does it very well.
Yeah.
Versus, and then when he found Jason's amp, he was just like, ooh.
Oh boy. Yeah.
And I gotta say, it is the cat's ass. I like watching the lights behind him because you can see the different configurations that he's going through for his Gilmore tones versus his Alice in Chains versus his SDP or his King's X or all the different tones that he can cycle through now. It's like, wow, man.
Well, one thing I hate about any amp that says it's like a 3-channel is when the distortion channel shares an EQ. Like my rhythm sound and lead sound, I want my EQ is going to be totally different. And you can't do it. Only like a diesel VH4 that has 4 separate channels.
This is dual channel. I can put a foot switch on it and turn on and off reverb. And I can the SL68. That's right, Jim. But again, yeah, you have the common tone stack, right? I mean, you can have different gain on them.
Right.
But
That's
you can't change your presence and your bass and your treble and your mids at the touch of a foot pedal.
Or like the BE 100 I mean, it has like the SAT switch and the fat
there's a
switch.
few different switches on the back of that, on
But-
the front of it. Yeah.
Those are not programmable. Say I wanted fat switch on and off for my distortion versus my. You can't do that.
That's where Jason Sound comes in. Fucking
Right. Yeah. Right.
He's got the MIDI foot pedal thing, and you can cycle through 12 different
Rock Candy.
settings.
I don't remember that.
Rock Candy. That's a Sammy song, right?
Yeah.
Right.
That was him and the guitar
Montrose.
player.
Was it
Yeah.
Montrose?
Yeah.
That's Get on Your Bad Motorcycle and Ride too. That's another one of those fucking
Bad Motor Scooter.
Bad Motor Scooter. Even.
And I got a problem with it being called a motorcycle. It's an engine cycle. A motor is electric.
Oh, are you a solder versus solder guy too?
Like Ford Motor Company. It should be Ford Engine Company. Fuck's sake.
Well, there is a motor in there. Typically, you have an alternator or some kind of a generator to create electricity to
Right, yeah.
provide the spark for your engine. But yeah, the general thing is it is an engine.
Right. Yeah, Montrose.
Internal combustion engine, even.
Yeah, that's what Johnny's saying. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. If I was still playing live, I'd still be like, I'd have a Trev rig. I'd still have a half stack.
If it wasn't, I wouldn't even bother if it was just a plug into my computer.
Everybody,
I
even
tried
on
it, I didn't like it.
even on stage, you got to have your hearing aids. You can't have it loud on stage. Oh, come on, bunch of Cindy's.
It's surprising though. I mean, there's been a few times where I'm like, how do you get the feedback? Right? How do you get the feedback where you turn and lean in towards that 412 and it hits your guitar and just starts squealing? And if you got the floating bridge, you do a little on it, right? Because you can.
I want to feel when it starts feeding back. I want to feel the neck of my guitar vibrating. It's so loud. Yeah.
Right? Even if you don't have a trem set up, you just do the little fucking push on the headstock. Not too hard if it's a Les Paul.
Yeah, that thing's pretty interesting. Thomas Blug used to be the guy at Houston Cabinet. I don't know, man. I don't think I'm ever going to be sold on. I mean, on one hand, I'm doing YouTube for God's sake, so MX5 is fine with me. But playing live is totally different. Can't do it.
Yeah, but are you gonna really?
I mean,
how much money does someone have to offer you to go pack up your shit and go to a bar and play a gig?
Fractal and Helix. And,
you don't even have air conditioning in your fucking little Hyundai right now. So how the hell are you gonna?
I know, right?
Go join a fucking traveling band.
They're gonna just
a rambling traveling man.
I can do it from my couch, and they can just have me on a big computer monitor.
Right? When you're tired, or if you want a sandwich, it's bam, there. That's it.
There you go.
You can't beat that.
Or gotta go
drinking
pee. I mean,
and smoking and playing guitar. What the fuck else do you want?
Right. By the way, I don't know if you noticed. I'll pan down a little bit. My Jitterbug keyboard is actually changing colors all by itself. Even on these pop-up videos, there's no charge for that. It's completely free of charge, and it's exclusive to Guitar Talk Universe.
I think. Well, my keyboard's not doing the flashies, but I do enjoy seeing your giant fucking letter keyboard because it kind of does make me jelly at times. But basically, at this point, it's more muscle memory than actually trying to see things. Because after a couple of drinks, sometimes you got to be like, okay, did you get all the little red lines? It's like, oh, the typos, and spell check.
Oh, dude, if it wasn't for that little red squiggly line, my public school education would be blaringly obvious.
Some people don't proofread their shit, and it's obvious.
Oh, I have to. It's like
every time I try.
I get that from my mother. That's why I always get on people when
Punctuation matters too.
yeah, when they spell a lot as one word. It's like, don't you see that red squiggly line under a lot? For
That's not a thing.
fuck's sake. Oh,
Well,
good Lord.
and there's like everybody, which is everybody here, and then there's everybody, which is when you're going through the zombie fields.
Right, yeah. Dog paw can't see the screen well without my glasses.
And don't even get me started on which is which.
Or there, THERE,
Here.
THIR.
Or lead, lead, read,
Oh.
red. Bear, beer. What? Beer?
Why do we park on a driveway and drive on a parkway?
Because we can.
Dog paw, there's been times where, like, I'll have to enter my credit card number. I'll take a picture of it with my camera, put it on the computer so I can blow it up real big. Like the writing, like if there's an 800 number in the back of the credit card, even my glasses is like, yeah, that's not any help at all.
I like I got the magnification app on my phone.
Ah,
Get right. It's like a zoom on a camera, basically.
Yeah.
You can snap a shot if you need to, but it has a better macro focus for when you're really close. There's Hip. Hey, link is pinned. Jump on.
what is it?
Yeah, Zach wants to have the fucking Vegas meetup. Everybody go to Vegas this weekend. We'll have a giant fucking YouTube community guitar hang.
Well, I'm gonna need cash for a shitload of gas money.
Well, I guess everybody gonna have to start their own little fucking GoFundMe's.
Oh boy.
What do you want me to do? I can dance. I can sing. I can fix your coffee machine. Who wants coffee in the morning? Anyone want a latte? I can sell $5 lattes all fucking day.
I can play slide with a roll of toilet paper.
Well,
You got a purple Kramer?
you're
Yeah?
not fooling anyone, Quinn. You're not fooling anyone. We all know what you do there. It's a big lighter fucking slide. It's not a toilet paper slide.
Oh, it's my finger slide. Now, Ryan pulled out he had a slide and it put like a rag over the top of it. And I'm like, no, you're stealing that from me.
Right on.
A purple Kramer. Well, I saw Henning Pauly had sent me a video before he posted it on the new Harley Benton came out with these kind of Eddie inspired
Is that some kind of
Kramer
motorcycle? What is that?
looking. What's that?
A Harley Benton?
Yeah. They're kind of, one's got just a humbucker and a Floyd, the other's got two humbuckers and a Floyd.
A Floyd?
And, you know, they're 350.
Can we call it a licensed floating bridge? Bet it's not a Floyd.
I had a
Made out of
Kramer.
beer can fucking tabs, for Christ's sake. Yeah, sorry, what?
I had a Kramer. I entered a contest to win a guitar, go see Motley Crue on the Girls.
Mm-hmm.
And the guitar, I thought it was going to be like, you know, a Mick Mars signature American. Dude, it was the fucking
Vince Neil guitar.
and I never even heard of these. The Floyd it had on it, you kept the ball. Does it help when I do that? You kept the ball end of the string, right, and just strung it through that way, so it did not lock down here. It was the biggest piece of crap. When I got it, the strings were like all on the fretboard, and you know, it was like, oh, for fuck's sake.
A mess.
Yeah, but I remember being
You
backstage.
did get a picture with Mick Mars, so I mean,
Yeah.
it's that.
I was excited to see. The most exciting part was
But the Nasty Habits, right? That's what they called those backup
Girls.
singers? Yeah.
I saw Vivian Campbell's road cases.
I mean, the pinnacle of that show was Tommy Lee with his stupid spinning,
Yeah.
rotating, flipping drum kit thing. And then the next time he came, he had the thing where he came out on the I-beams and went right over the crowd and did the
Yeah.
spinny, flippy drum kit thing. He just strapped in like some kind of freaking astronaut in a centrifuge.
Celestian, low wattage. I don't know. Speakers.
Make noise with what I
Speakers.
got. I mean, this is what are these, the G12-75 Blast or whatever that comes with it. I mean, it's a matching cab, not matching head. JCM 900, circa 93, 94, I think. I looked up the serial number. So it's got the ELs, not the 5.8s or whatever. The fuck.
Gated.
But I mean, it just works. And it's how many years old now? 5 years old since I've got it at the pawn shop. $600 for the head. I've got the cab for $300.
Wow.
So for less than $1,000 Canadian, which is
Yeah.
like $500 US, you got a tube head with a, sure it's got diodes in it, but still, it does the trick, does a thing, and it goes loud.
It does loud.
I don't know what else I would want to buy for $1,000 Canadian at this point for that kind of price point. Where do you get a lunchbox VH head and a 212 cab that's a fucking Harley Benton cab or some kind of shit?
Yeah.
I don't know. Pretty good deal. You just got to keep your eyes open. It's not like it used to be, though, where you could go to a pawn shop and get a good deal, because everybody, whenever they get something, they're going to Google it.
Yeah, they know what it is.
They're
Yeah.
going to Google it, and they're going to see what it's going for in good condition, shit condition, and mint condition, and they're going to judge the price accordingly. And then if it sits around in the shop for a year and a half because you're a regular visitor, then you can go, I'll give you, 600 instead of 800. And they're like, all right, we're still making, $150. Let's get rid of it.
I bought I didn't keep it long. I sold it. This ESP LTD. Anyway, it had an invader in the bridge, and the guy at the pawn shop was pointing to the big screws on the invader, telling me that these screws you could individually tune each string. I'm just like, okay. What? Okay, yeah. All right, hold on. We got people talking.
I remember noise therapy. I saw noise therapy a couple times, for sure.
Strandberg. I'm sorry, the Nexon Strandbergs are the stupidest thing.
Oh,
Okay,
Methods of Mayhem. Fuck,
There,
I
I said
forgot
it.
about that whole thing. And that's when he got the big tattoo with the Mayhem thing. Too,
Ah.
right? Yeah, remember Tommy Lee's little fucking solo career there? And yes,
Maybe-
Ken, that's what was going through my head. I did hum it a bit for Invaders. That one.
Invaders is it's 16.4K.
Isn't that
and-
off of Number of the Beast?
I don't.
It's definitely made.
Well, there you go, Dogball. Oh, I'm saying the speaker needs to be. I don't know if it helps when I do that. It needs to be played. It needs to be worn in.
Broken in, yeah. I mean, what did Dave say? Free me. He puts the cab face down on the floor and just lets it go for like 24 hours.
Yeah,
at fucking
yeah.
loud volume in an isolation booth where no one can actually. If a tree falls in the forest, or if a 412 falls in a fucking isolation booth and plays for 24 hours at loud volume, does anybody actually hear it? The cat is actually dead and alive at the same time, folks.
Ah, that's that in the box.
Schrodinger.
Schroeder. Wasn't he a Peanuts character or something?
Yes.
Dirty
Yeah, he played the
blanket or
piano.
something. Oh
Played the
yeah.
piano.
Okay. Yeah. It's pretty good.
Right? He was one of the more intelligent out of that group of Schultz's characters. Lucy, I think, was the like Darth Vader of it all, for sure.
I like the Family Guy episodes where she pulls the football away and then Peter kicks the shit out of her.
Right?
Ah. Just build a separate quiet room for your 412.
Or I mean, now that sits, what am I, 20? That's 20 feet wall to wall. So I'm 17 feet away from that cab. Back in the Tone Shack, I was like 2.5 feet away from that cab. And I put it on 10 a lot. I dimed it a lot more back then than I do now. Like I say, now I kind of settle in around 6 or 7. And it's moving air. And getting rid of the critters, right? It's also part of fucking pest control, folks. If you got a 412 and a fucking 50-watt tube amp, you just turn it up loud enough, and all the birds and the squirrels and all those fuckers are going to be long fucking gone from a big circle.
Well, when we played smaller places, I would still have, both my 412s. I just wouldn't hook up the bottom one. So that way the top one, it still hit me in the back of the head. I can hear everything fine.
Right.
But I use both of them because it just looks sexy as fuck.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, I did get rid of that PV 5150 cab that I used to have over there too. Please make more room for this computer station over here and shit. Because for the most part, it was pointing that direction anyways. I didn't have a mic on that cab, so it doesn't matter for the show anyways.
Hold on. I'm sorry. I have to interrupt you. Oh.
Hey. Oh. It's one of my favorite people.
They're just spectacular. Oh, God. I'll be back. Give me 3 minutes.
All right. I'll hold the fort while you go.
What? A Mesa 180 watt. My Fender Super Twin was a 212, 180 watts. Why? That thing still
so
weighed about
loud. And those
400
2 watts
pounds.
are so much louder than fucking solid state
Oh,
watts. I mean, my first was that little Marshall 20 watt valve state.
Hold on, I'm sorry. I got to put him up here again. There we go.
That's twice enough. It's fine. Just put it up. You don't have to interrupt me. You can just put it up. Everybody will acknowledge the way up dude is here because we love him.
See, Steve's going to make me delete this.
Well, we already determined that that's going to be the case.
Yeah, can't you pull a couple of tubes out, right? Oh, the thing is, I had a Fender, and I'm just starting out. I'm trying to do AC/DC, Ted Nugent. I got a Fender Music Master. I didn't know anything. It had Fender on it. What do I know? It had one single coil in the neck. And I'm going through a Fender Super Twin, trying to get any tone out. Yeah. There's Teddy's hanging out.
Right on.
Pushes. I'm not a big Mesa fan. I did like the tri-axis through a Simulcast 290 with a IntelliFX. That was probably the best tone I ever had. I didn't own it. It was somebody else's rig, but playing that Tom Anderson drop top through that thing, I was in heaven.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even need a guitar strap. I just kind of stood there and set the guitar down on top of my boner. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, cock in the box.
Oh, dear Lord.
It's getting deleted anyways, Keith. It doesn't matter.
Get your drop top off of my boner. Yeah, the Super Twin, it had the distortion circuit, which was terrible. And then I got a Electro Harmonix LPB1 linear power booster, which helped. But it wasn't until I actually got a big muff that I became the guitar god that we all know and love today. All right. There we go.
Interesting.
Oh God.
Well, that's
Yeah.
the big problem. That's the big problem. Every tech you ever talk to says Mesa Boogie. I mean, there's almost an extra $100 service charge right out of the gates because it's called a Mesa Boogie.
Well, you pull the chassis out, and it's like, fuck, dude. There's so much shit you can't get to it. Even Brad, the guitarist, he's like, I'm done. I'm done. But now that Gibson owns them, I'm sure it's going to get much better. Yeah.
But when they work, they work. They do a thing. I mean, if you Petrucci, I guess would probably be the best example of a Mesa Boogie in its purest form.
Well, the dual rectifier just
Metallica
changed
used a
the world,
of
right?
Marshall and Boogie back in the day, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like
I gotta go see a
everybody.
man about a horse.
Okay,
I'll be back.
everybody.
Are you going to still be here? You're going still, right? It's early.
Yeah, yeah. I'll pick a song while you're gone and try to impress Steve with not playing.
Play
A
something
major.
in the fucking Locrian mode, can you? Well, that's like mostly flats, except for a couple. You know the ones.
Oh, Steve's
You can
gonna
do it.
love this. He's just
Like
gonna.
if you're playing B Locrian, it's just B, C, D, E, F.
No, he's gonna love this.
You can do it. See, Steve, I'm studying. I'll be back.
I'll be Beethoven. Steve's just gonna. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. That's not necessary. Trev, ladies and gentlemen, how's it going?
Cheers, everybody.
Steve loves when I pee. Wait. All right, Steve, we're gonna play some Zeppelin now.
If you look at the time,
Yeah, there you go.
it's Caesar o'clock.
Ah. What is that? Orange juice?
Basically a Bloody Mary, but it's way better.
Ugh. Tomato juice?
It's a good way to stave off scurvy and get your veggies.
Yeah,
in
scurvy.
the form
Scurvy.
of an enjoy. So
Scurvy
I've
back.
got ice, and I've got like that celery salt on the rim there, right? Steve knows. Hip knows.
What are you having? A salad or something there?
It's basically a delicious tomato salad with vodka.
Ah.
And there's a hint of seafood there, right? Because of the clamato. There's some clam nectar in there. They just give it a little certain umami, je ne sais quoi kind of.
Well, I'm currently having ice water and gin, which is surprisingly tasty.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with gin if you like.
Gin's got to be the nastiest
Juniper
thing they
berry.
ever invented. Ugh, I hate gin.
Here's this, alcohol, and we're going to make it taste like juniper berries. What? Like you're licking flowers all day or some kind of shit. Yep.
Healthy the pine needle.
Oh, it's nasty. Exactly. But yeah, I mean, it's a refreshing change from the standards.
Yeah, whatever floats your boat. Another thing that's the worst invention here in Kentucky during the Derby is the mint julep. I don't know who ever thought of that thing up, but they should be taken out and whipped with the soggy noodle.
It's funny because my former mother-in-law loved her mint juleps. I don't know if she really enjoyed them as much as she thought that it made her sound fancy.
Yeah,
She was that kind of a person, right? And she was British and big into the whole pip stereo.
When I was tending bar, I used to walk around like on days off inside the bar, and my big thing was moose head and a Grand Marnier, but the Grand Marnier had to be warm.
Oh, a little warm Grand Marnier. So that's
Oh,
almost
yeah.
like
Oh,
that's a
yeah.
remedy for just about everything that the Saint Bernards with the barrels.
Yeah.
That's what they're carrying, right? They got Grand Marnier in that barrel, and it's warm from sitting in their big woolly necks the whole time.
Well, you take the shaker glass, the real thick, heavy duty glass. You fill that up with as hot water as you can get, and you put your Grand Marnier in the brandy sifter, and then set it on top of there so it gets warm.
It's a Ban Marie.
Yeah. Oh, there's an app right there. Soma Class 290. Never tried the DeMarkley.
I haven't varied much. I mean, I kind of got lucky with what I got, and it does what I needed to do. And we were thinking the other night, sitting around with the fellas, what's the last thing I got? Well, I guess was the Les Paul that I re-inherited back from my friend. But short of that, I mean, I haven't bought a pedal or even a fucking cord or picks. I've still got probably 300 picks because John DeShane just unloaded all the picks that he bought and tried to
Oh, shit.
on me. So I've got like this little red thing. It's got a bit of a cat tongue kind of thing. It's like a flow pick. It's got a
Yeah.
nice point to it, right?
There's
I
so
like
many.
the pointy fuckers.
Yeah.
I got the 2 mil flow pick. This is cat's ass too. If you like to chug, I don't ever go really anything lower than a 7.3, and even that's kind of gay.
Yeah, I can't do that.
These flows are really nice. These 1 mil fucking Tortex.
Steve uses those things that are like 15 millimeter. It's like a
Oh, I know.
rock.
He uses like little gems you'd pull out of the ground.
Right, yeah.
Saturday afternoon, fucking Steve from Boston likes his gemstone fucking fix too. He knows who you are, right? Steve from Boston? I think he's done a Quinn shut up.
Oh, yeah. I always joke that we're pals. And he's like, pals? Really? When? the thing is, he's always got his cats behind him, and Reggie and Todd are like they're always throwing a fit when the cats are in the background. Yeah, right.
They're actually pretty quiet at the moment. They were chirping up a little earlier.
Yeah, they're chillaxing, doing parakeet stuff. I don't
Got some cuddles going on.
pick quicker with a thicker.
Oh, there they go.
Yeah. $40 for a pick.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to go there.
These are the M3. They're just a tad bit bigger than a Jazz, and they're a 1.14. It's
This
a nice sharp tip.
Hetfield 104 Black Fang is
Yeah.
my go-to. This is my most comfortable pick ever. But I mean, and you switch it up, and there's different things, and it gives you a different concept of how you hold your pick versus, if you're playing something soft and subtle, you relax on it, you give it a little more flap. But if you're chugging, you bar down on it, and you give it a little more grip, and you're holding it more firm. And with a thicker pick, you can get a different kind of harmonic out of it than you can with a thinner pick. But then if you try and do a slide, the thinner pick's going to do more of a scrape than
Yeah.
is a thick pick's going to deflect more of a zzz instead of a.
I mean, for decades, for, I don't know, 30 years, I use a Fender Heavy. Just a regular 351, just a regular old guitar.
That's a standard issue Fender Heavy.
Right, yeah.
1 mil Fender fucking standard issue pick.
Yeah. Now you're saying the pickwood debate on electric with a lot of distortion, yeah. But man, on acoustic guitars, you really hear the difference in picks.
When I'm playing the acoustic, just saying, I prefer to just no pick. I'm trying to do more of this.
I got to get my Gordon Lightfoot strumming.
Well, see, man, if you're coming to Canada for that, you might as well have a Caesar.
Sundown, you better take care. That's why I don't sing. But when I'm picking, whether
So you got some good lean into that. You got some squeal.
no matter what, I've got that much pick hanging out. You can't even, you can barely see it.
Or you get the little kisses on your
No matter if I'm strumming or picking clean or whatever, just a little bit. Just a little bit of the tip there, just a little bit.
Pretty much the same. I try to do the circle. Put that much. Oh, that's a little more than you.
Yeah.
That much?
But like Eddie would hold it in his, between the
I've got the Eddie
finger
picks, and I've tried them, and I find them too floppy, too thin, and too much cat tongue.
I think
it's almost itchy.
Steve he just goes outside with a sledgehammer and breaks off a hunk of his sidewalk, and that's his pick.
Yeah, and he's throwing down the calculus. Oh, my pick is 1.35654.321. Fucking.
I did have a customer come in one day, and he had like a .73 millimeter, and he's like,
0.73.
do you know what this is in inches? And I'm like, really? Do you really? So I Googled it, and yeah, it's .78. I'm like, really? That was your big question? People would come in and ask the stupidest questions.
It's kind of funny when somebody comes up with a stupid question, and you pull out your phone, and you Google it, and you get the answer. It's like, you probably could have done that yourself before.
5 millimeter. Well, of course, for acoustic, yeah.
That's half a centimeter. That's like this big.
Yeah.
That's a 1/4 inch, give or take.
Well, it's for acoustic.
Más o menos for the Spanish.
Ah. Well, it's almost 2 a.m. I am going to fix me a half of a turkey and Swiss cheese sandwich.
Nice.
1 piece of bread only. It's still carbs, but
So open face, or are you going to fold it in half?
fold it in half, and then dry. No mayo, no ketchup, no
Oh,
mustard,
no Miracle Whip?
no Miracle Whip.
Oh, damn.
Speaking of which, there's Jimmy. Jimmy just uses that big McDonald's
Yeah,
tray.
it'll cut off some fucking wood from the chop saw. It's like, yeah, that's a good pick.
Oh, dear Lord. All right, Trev, you have a good rest of your birthday, which was yesterday or day before? I don't know. Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Oh,
Yeah, it was yesterday. 25th. June
Oh.
25th, 69. So, you know, that means that we're all heading, we're closer to Christmas now than we were. Further away. We're coming around now. We've reached the apex. We're going back.
McDonald's cage match.
In the ball pit?
Of a celebrity McDonald's
fucking come
death
out of there and
match.
need a fucking tetanus shot, aren't you?
All right, kids, we're out of here.
Hepatitis vaccination, at least.
I think this stream was actually, it was okay enough to keep. I think so. We weren't too bad.
Well, I had fun.